Now for a quick Devar Torah. Uh, as you know, we've been going through the Ten Commandments. The last one, the 10th, is a very interesting one. The commandments mostly deal with action. You have to do something, and that the Torah is concerned about. The 10th is about feeling. Do not covet. You're not allowed to covet somebody else's things, whether it be their house, or their property, their wealth, their wife. You're not allowed to covet what somebody else has. And this is a very important principle in the Torah because you start off coveting somebody else's things, and you end up uh, beginning to say, well, why do they have that? Why don't I have it? But you don't realize is that they earned it. They had to earn what they get. Um, Somebody recently was talking, and he said, these baseball players or football players, they work for a few hours a week or a day, and look how many millions they make. Of course, what you don't see when you're watching a game is all the hours they put in to get to be on that level that they can earn this money. That these people really do work very hard at it. Derek Jeter doesn't just come on the field and he's a great player when he was playing. He actually would practice, and he would either practice with the team or he'd practice by himself. You see somebody successful in business. It didn't just happen. He worked at it, or they worked at it. Uh, there's a whole economic system that considers everything a zero-sum game. If somebody has money and somebody else doesn't, then we have to distribute the wealth. That's not the Torah's view. The Torah looks at it as the exact opposite. You should look at somebody who has money. You should study how they got there. What did they do to be that successful businessman? How they acquire that wealth? Not to be jealous of them, but to learn so that you will copy them. And this is a very important principle. The Torah says you should be restrained from not to go nuts. But on the other hand, you should uh, learn from somebody else and then improve. There's somebody who knows a lot of Torah, a lot more say than I do. I don't get jealous of them. I say, okay, how did they learn so much Torah? How can I learn more Torah? It's the way this works with everything. So it's basically the 10th commandment comes to say all these things before us, especially the commandments between man and man. It's all these people commit these sins based on coveting. They get very jealous of what somebody else has and refuse to do the work it took to get to that state. And our job is to sit back and say, okay, this person has more than me. How they get it? How can I copy them? And by the way, there's a very common phrase that we hear, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Actually, it's the reverse. If the rich get richer, the poor get richer. Because when the rich are making money, they're getting jobs to other people. So actually, President Kennedy once said many years ago, a rising tide lifts all boats. Huh? Kennedy said it before him. I'm sorry, Bill. And Bill will look it up. So, okay, so something to think about.